Oh no, it's on the other side. There's ground over there, dude.
Yeah, but it's in the fucking tar. Fucking tar
There's no
pit.
rock in the tar.
In the fucking tar pit. I gotta walk.
You don't have to get
I
in the
gotta
tar.
walk in the tar. Ah, diabolical.
Oh no, you have to get your little hands dirty. Oh.
And my feet. Alright, tar pit. I've been practicing my cargo karate. Cha-cha! Yeah, filthy tar pit.
Cargo karate.
Yeah, that's what I call it. You start... Because you know after you do a knockout, you can grab the cargo off of them, and you can do, like, cargo combos. Call it cargo karate.
I'm trying to think of another pun. Is you could say, like, you better be ready for some delivery destruction. I'm trying to think of anything that's...
Whoa, ducky. It's a Luden's
Oh, damn.
ducky.
Oh, you know you can find those in the hot springs and stuff?
Oh, the duckies? Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. Game has so much... People be way too checklists. I will stand by that forever.
Right? Yeah, no, I was like, I posted a clip, and Nemob's like, I hear that game's just a walking simulator. I'm just like, obviously, never played it. Anybody who hasn't played it thinks it's a fucking walking sim.
And I think it just came to PC, so he doesn't even have PCs.
Well, to be honest with you, like, it's just so different from every other game I've ever played. Like, it's got aspects of all of them.
You know why? I'm never gonna stop bringing this up. You know why? Is it's a AAA sim game, and you don't play sim games very often, and it's a really well done AAA sim game. So just saying.
It's not a sim, though.
No, it is a softcore simulator
Of what?
of like a delivery man.
Yeah.
Gamey than simmy, but it's still got sim stuff in it. Dude, that who plays farming sim, I can feel simulator vibes off of it.
It's a cargo management game.
Which works into the simulator stuff.
Nah. I just call it cargo management.
Why is simulator a bad thing?
I don't like that. I don't like that
Why?
word. I just
Why?
personally don't like it. Yeah, I don't got any
not a
logical
negative
reason
thing.
behind it. I don't like it, so it's not a sim game. That jive with you?
No, because
Well,
it
then
is.
fuck off.
Okay, point is though, when people call it a walking sim, it's a walking sim, but it's not what
It's
other
not a
people say it
walking
is.
sim. If anything, it's
Okay.
a cargo management sim or a delivery sim. Are you happy?
I'm done talking.
Okay.
Yeah, I won't bring it up anymore. Never mind.
I mean, look, I'm not. It's not like I'm.
All right, no.
passionate.
It's
It's not
fine.
like I'm not like
I'm done. I tried to say my piece. You wouldn't let me. It's okay. That's it.
You look very nice.
I was gonna make good points about how when they say it's just a walking sim, it's shallow because it's a walking
Okay,
sim.
well now that you've thoroughly
something.
shamed me, are you gonna bring up those points now?
Basically,
Now that I've gotten
like,
this whole like sim like spaz attack out of my
Okay.
system.
basically when people say just a walking sim, it's like, no, it's not just a walking sim. It's a walking sim with cargo management, ghost busting, interesting story. Boom. It's got way more than what everyone else says. And it's annoying when they say that. Especially because they haven't played the damn game. Shut the fuck up.
You're right. I shouldn't be so like visceral about people.
Also, when I said shut the fuck up, I mean like people who haven't played the game and are talking
Yeah.
about it. What I mean.
No, I know what you meant. Because I said that shit myself. It's like anybody who hasn't played it just thinks it's a fucking walking sim. So much
Which is-
more than that. It really is.
To be fair, I did too until you told me there was ghost busting in it, so. I
yeah,
played it and I was like, oh, well, I played it because I had the itch for like the Kojima style, like gadget-based gameplay and stuff like that. And it's like, oh my god, it's so much fun. It's basically just like the good parts of.
right. Well, the thing is,
yes,
you
I-
play
I-
other sim games. So what's unappealing about like a walking sim?
Nothing. I love it. I legitimately love the delivery shit.
No,
It's
it's
just
really
when they
cool.
say
Like, I
just
mean,
a
look, when
walking
I
sim,
started
it's
off, I
a
was
lot
just like,
like
all I
walking.
want to do is like bust mules and like steal people's crystals. But like, I got really into the fucking delivering. I don't know, like,
Yeah.
because also it's like a bit of a puzzle where it's got that Dark Souls approach of where they explain things, but there's also like a bunch of these real hidden mechanics that just like do weird shit. Like that's right up Kojima's alley. Because in Metal Gear Solid 5, there's like 15 or 20 hidden mechanics that I didn't even know about. Fucking crazy.
Yeah, well, like when you say, well, what's bad about a walking sim? Nothing is bad about a walking sim. It's when people say that Death Stranding is just a walking sim. No, it's part walking simulator. It has parts. It has a structure. It does all these different things during the gameplay. So it's a
Absolutely.
simulator game that's not trying to simulate anything specifically. It's just it's okay. It is simulating stuff, but it's like simulating not real things. You know.
No, absolutely. Like there's
So
ghost
it's
busting, cargo delivery. You got this crazy awesome story that's like so Kojima, like it hurts me physically sometimes.
yeah, but it's like it's when people like yeah, it is a walking simulator, cargo management and ghost busting and an interesting story and like cool traversal and stuff.
Oh yeah, and there's also like really cool system interactions, like because the way that they use the chiral network, that's like it's so well implemented. It's like that explains why there's all these different structures. It's like
Yeah,
everybody's on the same network,
and
and
it's
that's
super
so
cheesy and
cool.
dumb, and I love
Yeah,
it.
no, and it's really cool because you make a post box, you toss in some like boots and like shotgun and like your soiled underwear because you just raided a bandit camp. So that all goes
Yeah,
in there, and then you get stuff back, and people start like I don't know. It's like got this weird, really weird like community aesthetic. Like it's similar to the Dark Souls messaging system, but it's so much its own thing as well. Like
yeah.
Kojima took that idea, crumpled it up into a ball, threw it in the trash can. It was like, boom. What about post
Well,
boxes? Like, what if
he
you
did
will like
environment
put down
interaction.
like a chest in like Dark Souls, like the messaging system, and like
Yeah,
it'll distribute souls or some shit.
that's honestly something that should be in Elden Ring. Like you can drop small amounts of assisting items that like aren't super like crazy game breaking, but they're like fun to pick up and be like, oh
Well, to
shit,
be
now I
fair,
have this
there's like
expense.
so many crafting materials and stuff in that game. Like that would actually make a lot of sense if you left like we call it like a spirit depository or some shit like that, and
Yeah,
you find like the spirit bank or whatever. Like it'd be like an illusionary wall. Like you have to like in Soul Sacrifice, there's these hidden soul shards or whatever. Like but they don't appear until you like walk up right next to them and you pick them up. So maybe like they're invisible until you like approach them. But like if the sneakier like place you put them, like I don't know, like the better the stuff or some shit. I don't know how to implement that, but that would be really cool.
agreed, 100% agreed. And I think it's just like I think people just went into it with a gratitude. I really just think that is because it's not a bad game. It really is not a bad game. You just don't like it.
But yeah,
That's
you
it.
either don't like it or you don't understand it.
Yeah, but I don't
And
want
that's
to be
okay.
pretentious. And be like you just don't get. No, it's just not for you. It's
No, and it's
okay.
not for a lot of people, which is fine. Like, you know what? Let's gatekeep it. Let's call it a walking sim. Let's keep people away from
I'm
this.
gonna be
This
real.
is just for us, you know?
I'm gonna be real. It's not even gatekeeping. Just be like, nah, it's just not a game for you, and you shouldn't be mad about that.
Yeah, no, like,
You
and to be honest
really,
with you, I'm
really want
not
to
gonna
play
get
it.
offended when people call it a walking sim anymore, because that just means they're
Yeah,
not gonna understand what it's about, and they shouldn't waste
yeah,
$50 on it. And that's totally
yeah. They're
fair.
not wrong, but they're not right.
Exactly.
Which is
No, and the thing is,
I
we
did-
can take solace in the fact that they'll never experience the things we've experienced. They'll
okay,
never
yeah,
know.
cool. You can stay in your little negative mind box, and I'm gonna have fun playing Death Stranding, so I don't care.
Exactly. No, fucking
Yeah.
exactly.
No, but I like sim games, which is probably why I gravitated toward it so quickly while playing it. Like people were like, "Oh my god, it's so slow and boring in the beginning," and I'm like, Okay, cool. Probably in an hour I'll have more fun." Like, literally,
No,
like I just
seriously, but
understand sometimes games just are
that
fun.
opening sequence where you dispose of the president's corpse is just fuck that hit me so
It's a
goddamn
slog.
hard. No, it's a slog, but it hit me so fucking hard. I was crying the whole way up that mountain.
Jeez. No, that did.
No,
The story.
that was like not like 6 months after my grandmother died,
Oh.
and like it just hit
But
me
I thought
so
that was
fucking hard.
2018.
Was it?
Yeah, because 2019 is
Oh,
when
I didn't play Death Stranding until a year after it came out.
in 2020.
No, I played in 2019.
Yeah,
Shit,
when
she
it
did
came out
die
in
in 2018.
2019.
Fuck,
That's what you told me, because you told me 2018 was the worst year of your life.
was. Oh shit, it's 2021, isn't it?
Yup.
Oh
It's
fuck.
fucked. It's fucked when you realize how far we've gotten.
Oh god, I'm 25.
Oh yeah.
Oh god.
Music
Yeah, no,
awards.
first season of The Witcher came out, I was 23. What the fuck?
Which we might be able to do a watch party for if we ever did want to do that.
Hell yeah.
Probably not on first watching, honestly though. I kind of want to watch that by myself.
Oh yeah, no, seriously, watch it for yourself, then we can like talk over like the thing when it's going on.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I definitely. 'Cause I'm gonna be real. People were pretty harsh on the first one. The the biggest issue is timelines for me. It's just so confusing. Like it's like
And I
it's
like
not
that
like
they
poorly
brought that
written.
up. Like, Yaskier writes a new song, and somebody's critiquing it. Like, yeah, well, the bouncing around from perspective to perspective is kind of
Okay, so
confusing.
they're
So
self-aware.
they take
All
a
right, that's
nod to
cool.
it. But yeah,
That's
no,
cool.
that, and also I bring up Yaskier. Boy's cut like a motherfucker. I was just all like,
Hopefully it worked out since the last one. Because yeah,
I
he
can
was a little
see.
baby boy in the last
Oh,
one.
seriously. Like, I can see why he's mitigated comedy relief. Because if that boy ever picked up a sword, he would defeat
Oh
every
yeah.
monster in a single swipe, and then Geralt would just be like, fuck.
But no, and the only other issue I can think of that's objectively not super great is the fight choreography is kind of lame, because like they do like turnarounds and shit, which obviously you just get stabbed in the back. It's flashy. It's not really
Yeah, it's
grounded.
just, well, to be honest with you, in fantasy stuff like that, it's just like, go for it, go big or go home. Like, it's a
Yeah,
display, it's a dance,
it makes me
you know?
disappointed because I like the sword fighting in
Right, but like
in
realistic
this
sword
class.
fighting's like, I don't know, it doesn't feel very grounded a lot of, or fuck.
What?
It doesn't feel
But-
very theatrical a lot of
Yeah,
times, and that's
which is
what this
why I
is.
don't
It's
hate on
theater.
it too
It's
much.
supposed to be
That's just
theatrical. It's a performance. It's supposed to be flashy and over the top, you know?
yeah. That's why it's a personal thing, not an objective.
Yeah. No, and that's totally fair. That's just like my stance on it. Like, if you want like grounded sword fighting, like, did you see that video Corridor Digital put out a little while ago?
Yeah, the really sick Star Wars one.
With the swords, yeah, and that was actually
God, it's so
grounded,
cool.
realistic sword fighting too.
Yeah, and they actually like put in the death thing because like that's supposed to be how sword fighting works. If you fuck up, you're dead.
Yep.
It's not about
Right?
like.
Well, you
how
can
many
see him like
hits
he's afraid, and then like he undercommits, and he starts overcommitting, and then he gets it, and you're just like, fuck,
Cool.
yeah. Well, no, and they also
Okay.
brought in like an actual like sword fighting like technician guy for
Yeah.
that whole choreography. And I was so fucking, I love those guys. They make such good shit.
They really do. You see, they finally did a reaction with Adam Savage.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, it was super fun.
Oh hell yeah! I'm gonna fucking perusal that. I got the day off tomorrow. I'm gonna fucking
I
get
didn't know
high
that
as a
dude
kite
worked
and just
on
surf YouTube all night.
I didn't know that dude worked on the prequels. I knew he had like a pretty early VFX career in the 2000s.
Oh my god, he worked on the prequels?
Yeah, I think he worked on the tail end of one and then all the way through the second one.
Hell yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, right? Adam Savage is sick. That dude's
No,
just
that
awesome.
guy. No, seriously, his YouTube channel is so cool.
You know, it's become so much bigger than him too. They just do so much. Awesome. I love that because it's like when people like, oh, when they make their channel around themselves as a celebrity, it's like if you don't make something bigger than yourself, this is doomed to fail. It will always end with like when you're not doing it anymore, it's just gone, right?
Right?
But like when he leaves eventually, there's people there to still take it up. It'll probably just be called Tested after that, not Adam Savage's
Yeah.
Tested.
No, seriously. Better to, you know, go out with a bang than fade away.
Although I will say, there is one show that got left that I'm like, I don't want to watch this anymore because someone left, which was Retro Replay. Troy Baker left, and it was just like, this isn't fun anymore. Like
I
the
mean,
whole
he's a
thing
busy
was-
guy. I can
Oh no,
understand.
I get it, but I'm like, I'm not entertained by this. That's
No,
it.
that was the same thing with me with Game Grumps. When JonTron left, I was just like, oh fuck. I was just here for JonTron. What the fuck?
Totally. To be fair, people were like that really broke my heart, and I'm like, I think that was for the better. It
It-
allowed
it
Danny to
was.
like start his career, and
Yeah.
then JonTron's videos at that time were so good, and he got to keep doing them because he
No,
wasn't busy
seriously.
with
Well,
Game
that's why he quit, so he could put more time and effort into his YouTube channel.
Yeah. Which is
'Cause
why
now
it's
he's got
like,
like an actual
people-
production team, and like his production quality is like through the
Yeah.
roof now, and like
and people, like act like it was animosity. They just did different things. Like literally, freaking Aaron shows up in his videos half the time. Like,
yeah, no,
it's just-
seriously. No, they're still buddy buddy. Like
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, even
Like-
though people are trying to like cancel him right now because he said something about being anti-vax, which probably means he said something decently realistic and then got twisted as being anti-vax.
Yeah, no, like to be fair, like if you say anything, they'll try to cancel you. Like to be fair, like being canceled's not. I don't see it as a bad thing. I see it as, well, you got to be worth canceling to cancel, right?
Yeah.
That's
Which
the
JonTron
whole
is
thing.
probably
It's like
worth canceling.
you don't cancel Joe Blow because he's got a stupid opinion. No, you cancel people who have a voice, an opinion, who have like a fucking platform. You cancel them, you know?
Yeah, and which is why I don't know why I was bouncing off of that. Like, which is why I don't know. I just use weird sentence extenders. Anyway, yeah, I agree. And with JonTron, like, it's just a lot of his stuff gets spun because it's like, dude, you people would think I'm anti-vax because of how I talk about vaccines. I talk about it in a very mid way. I don't like. I mean, well, sorry. Why?
Well, the
Um,
thing is that I'm anti-vaccine. I I get the ones I
what?
think are necessary. Yeah, no, I've never been like particularly pro-vaccine. My mother's she's not like anti. She's just like not a whole bunch at once. Like when we were kids, like in England, like they gave us like a shit ton of vaccinations after we were born, and me and my brother were sick for like 5 or 6 months after that. Like, and my sister, my second older sister, after she got all of her vaccine, when she was like, I think she was 6 or 7, she was like sick as a dog for almost 2 years after that. And
Oh
I'm not
damn.
saying like, oh, vaccines are bad. No, I'm just saying like maybe you should just give the necessary ones like over like a set period of time and not just wham jam soupity boop bam
Yeah.
like everything all at once, because that's
Yeah.
gonna
Maybe
like
you should just
stress your
think
immune
about it.
system or some bullshit, especially if it's like a live virus vaccine. I mean, that's how I got chickenpox. It's from the chickenpox vaccine. And now
Well,
I'm
the
at
thing
risk
for
for
me.
shingles. It's fun.
Oh, great. But no, the thing for me is like people are like, oh, you should just get them. It's like, well, no, you should think about it. It should always be a case by
I
case
mean,
basis,
well,
no
I
matter
got my
what's
tetanus
happening.
shot, and it also doubles as a whooping cough vaccine. But
Oh,
I
that's
got
sick.
that because I do construction now. I cut myself on rusty shit all the time. The last thing I need
Yeah,
is fucking lockjaw.
it's useful to you, and it's not going to be too bad.
Exactly.
Yeah, but it's like I totally understand why it's not anti-vaxxers, because usually anti-vaxxers are like really fucking toxic
And
and
well, I
toxic
don't see a whole lot of like anti-vaccine this, anti the
Oh,
freaking corona
oh,
vaccine.
there
Like
are.
I see a lot of hesitancy about it, but
Oh, there are. Trust me, you have to find
I'm
them.
not saying there
Oh,
aren't
there are.
any, Benjamin. I'm just
I
saying
know.
I
I'm
see
just
a
saying.
lot more hesitancy to get
Yeah.
the vaccine than people downright saying like it's poison, it's
Well,
nanomachines, it's gonna track your movements
well,
everywhere.
well, imagine this. Literal scientists and doctors say that COVID is extremely unpredictable, and then they just tell you just to get the vaccine, which has COVID in it, which is highly unpredictable. Would you just get that without thinking? I think you would think about it
It's
first.
not a live virus vaccine first of all, so there's no risk of
I,
getting COVID from it.
I know, but I'm just saying that it is an unpredictable
Right,
thing.
which causes the hesitancy.
Yes,
I
which
like
is totally rational.
Well, fuck, when I got my vaccine, when I went down there, there was one person out of the 500,000 people that were there, one person collapsed. One person out of 500,000, you know? So the risk,
Yeah.
I would say, is fairly minimal. Like, I'm not
Oh,
a
yeah,
scientist.
I
I'm
know.
not a doctor. I'm not medically trained. I'm throwing that out there. But my
Yeah.
personal experience is, like, 1 out of 500,000. That's not too
Yeah.
bad. And the person lived. So,
Yeah,
you
I
know, it's
have
not like they had to get out of the AED or anything like that. They just passed out.
yeah. Well, I had a friend who knew someone who had to get hospitalized due to it. So like, yeah, no,
No, and the
there
risk
is
is
a chance
real.
that you are going to be that
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because you don't know how your immune system's going to react. But
Mhm.
well, it's the same thing with allergies, you know? You don't know you're allergic to bees till you get stung by one,
Yeah,
you
which is
know?
why I'm freaked out by them because I've never been stung by a bee in my life, and I'm like, what if I've been
Well,
allergic my entire
it's
life
a
and I just didn't
recessive
know?
trait. So unless both your mother and your father are allergic to bee stings, then you're
Oh, I
probably
don't think they
fine.
were. Okay, good. Because this is
Yeah.
one thing I'm nervous about because I've never been stung, so I never knew.
No, if you don't have like a peanut allergy, like or anything like that, or a tree nut allergy or anything like that, I think you're fine.
Okay.
Yeah. One thing I do know a lot about is allergies, because sisters.
Fair. But yeah, no, that's one of the reasons where I'm like, people should be allowed to be hesitant, especially with something this
Well,
crazy.
the vaccine shouldn't even be mandatory. A mandatory mandate on Well, I like how people didn't start freaking out about this until the corona vaccine. Like, we already have a shit ton of mandatory vaccines. You know, like, why wasn't this an
Yeah.
issue like 10 years ago when they signed that law in the fucking order?
For one thing,
His Law and Order.
I didn't know how aggressive this was with the flu vaccine and stuff like that back in the day. We just didn't have masks. But we had like similar mandates and stuff like that back in like the early 1900s. The
I
flu
can see that.
pandemic.
Well, inoculation was still being normalized at that point as well. So I could feel like that was like leading edge science, and that was probably the best way to prevent diseases. Because back then it's like you fuck and you have as many kids as possible because you don't know how many of them are actually going to survive.
It's scary, man.
Yeah, no, well you have like 7 or 8 kids because like 5 or 6 of them could die before they're even 2 years old. That's scary as shit.
I
You
would say
know?
I just wouldn't have kids, but if you get married, you just have to have kids because like unless you're sterile,
Yeah.
there wasn't really birth control back then.
Nope. You know, and the thing is, like, a lot of people didn't really understand. Like, it wasn't until I think mid to late, like, was it 18 something to like 1900 that it wasn't generalized how like babies were even made. Yeah, well, fuck, the ancient Greeks didn't even really know how babies were made. It was just all like they had no idea it had something to do with the fact that you fucked a woman, you know?
Yeah.
Because you're
Well,
like
it's like,
they sodomize the corpses of their enemies. Like, well, the enemy's not getting pregnant. I don't understand, you know? And
ugh,
we laugh and scoff at that, but like, I mean, at that point in time, you wouldn't know what a uterus was or what ovaries were, you know, or
no.
what an egg or what semen was or what the biological process was of reproduction, you know?
Yeah, to be fair, we didn't even probably know how acne worked that well.
That's true.
And that's a simple thing.
That is true.
But yeah, and going off of what you're saying about like baby talk and stuff like that, right? I feel like I have pretty good confidence of doing like the sex talk and the drug talk if I had to. Where it's like you know how people like avoid the subject and just say that it's bad. It's like no, say that people like, and don't just say that they do sex for babies. No, people fucking love that shit. But you have to do it responsibly because you need to know the repercussions of doing it, right?
No,
Because if you
exactly.
do it irresponsibly, you might have a baby on
I
your
never
hands,
got
and then you
either of
have
those talks though. Like, I'm always like, nah, you just like the school will do
I
that for you.
I didn't
So
either. I got
like,
the internet.
well, I had like fucking the sex ed class, and I had like the don't do drugs class and stuff like that. Remember that? I was
But
middle.
no, you don't scare them away from drugs. You tell them why people do it,
No, exactly, and that's the
but
education
also
I
why it's
got.
extremely
Like,
dangerous.
why it's
Yeah.
like I remember like my school guidance counselor, like he had this whole thing on smoking. It's all like, well, these are all these are all the reasons why people smoke, and these are all the horrible ass side effects that'll happen. And it's like it's kind of left it up to us. And
Well, I mean, that's kind of sadly what you have to do, and I think
but
it's a good way to do it.
why?
Just
Well,
warn them of what
why
does
I feel
happen.
like that was such a memorable moment is because like they don't teach us critical thinking
Wait,
anymore.
why it was a good. Why we
And that
think
was
it was a
like
good.
probably one of the few moments of like actual critical thinking I had in the education system in the country, you know? And you get out there and like you make stupid decisions and stuff, and you wonder like, why can't I make good decisions? Because they don't teach you critical thinking in school. They teach you math, science, history, all this other bullshit. You can even
Or
go
how
and
to do
do
your
band
taxes.
class.
Super mad
I
about that.
actually learned that in
God
school, but I
damn
was
it.
in a charter school, and that was actually a weird like math, economics
Do
class.
they? Is that a thing? No, never mind. I'm just gonna pay someone. My mom pays someone to do that.
Yeah, no, it's probably safe space. That's why the accountant is a thing. It's like the the way the taxes system works is
I don't have
you
pride.
need a professional individual who's trained in the
I
taxing
don't have pride.
law to do it. Because if you do it yourself, you're either gonna give the government way too much of your own fucking money, or you're gonna end up in jail. So
Yeah.
that's cool.
But no, if I wish I had the chops to do something like that, right? Be a tax person, because they make fat stacks.
Oh, I'm sure they do. Yeah, tax
God
season,
damn.
they're fucking bankrolling.
Yeah, and then they make like light money the rest of the year, but like,
Yeah,
wow.
well, there's so many other avenues they can go into because the skill set that's required to be like a tax guy, you
Oh
can
yeah,
do
no,
so many other things.
it's what is it? Specialty. So yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I think it's specialty.
Well, yeah, if you're a numbers guy, you can work just about anywhere.
Teeth job. Anyway, there's a word for it. But yeah, no, it's like a mom of my friend, like they had like divorce stuff go on, right? And they lived in an apartment for a little while, but then she had a fucking house built. It was like, whoa, super nice, and a nice house, not like a big old mansion house, but like a really nice livable house where you have plenty of space. It was like, damn,
Damn.
shows how well that job pays. Like, damn.
Oh, seriously.
And it's totally one of those deserved jobs where you're like, yep, yeah, you definitely earned it, because like no one else really wants to do that kind of stuff.
Well, I love how everybody's all like, eat the rich. I'm just all like, like 90% of those people deserve to be rich.
Yeah, yeah, no,
So,
for sure.
I'm
And then
not
it's like,
envious of people. Like, I'm like well off. I'm not like rich. I'm not like poor.
well,
Kind
you
of
know what
okay.
the funniest thing about saying stuff like that is? You know what that mentality does to you? It keeps you poor.
Yep.
Because usually policies like that try to bring everyone down to your level, which means you never could go past your level. So,
Well,
that's
I'll never understand people who see somebody who's got like a fucking nice suit, or they got a nice car, or they got like an expensive dog, and be like, man, I want them. Just like, nah, I've got
oh,
electricity. I got my fucking internet. I got fucking
oh
Death
no,
Stranding.
I
That's kind of all I need.
totally,
I'm a man of
totally
simple
understand
means.
it. But I never like have horrible feelings toward those people. But I know they
That's what I
probably
don't
earned it.
understand is that severe negativity. It's just like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm very satisfied with what I got.
Oh, I definitely
I mean,
get
don't
the
get me
nature.
wrong. I have ambitions,
Yeah.
but like, I'm never not gonna be satisfied with where I'm at right now. Sometimes, yeah, I get frustrated.
Also,
I get fucking dissatisfied, but like, I don't know. Kind
freaking
of just have to
Jacksepticeye,
deal.
of all people, actually said real shit. Thank God. You know, everyone says money doesn't make you happy, and
Yep.
he literally said, "Money doesn't make you happy." but it makes life easier and it
Yes,
allows you to pursue things that you want to do, which in turn makes you happier. So
exactly,
you shouldn't ignore that it does actually make you a little bit happier because it
exactly.
makes life more convenient and allows you to do what you want.
No, no, shit, like, that's so real, like, I work a job so I can put gas in my car so
Yeah,
I don't have to take the
it's still
bus to
technically
work,
not
like,
money,
yeah.
but money allows you to do the thing that does make you happy.
No, exactly, like, fuck. One of my teachers in high school,
These
like,
type of things.
what is it? He was a fucking suit and tie guy, and he did that to, like, fund, like, his, music, and then finally his music took off, and he's doing that full time now,
Aw, that's sick.
right? Yeah, that's as far as I'm concerned, that's the real American dream.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, that's like the thing I told you about with what Mike Rowe said of like especially depending on how much money you have, don't follow your dreams, but always take it with you. You know, so that way, if it does work out, then boom, you still have your dream right there. So you get to freaking go do it. It's sick,
It is.
but you do kind of have to like be realistic about it. You can't just, you know, go off and like be able to do your things. Like I mean, it's not like Abby's quitting her job at Starbucks. She's getting into art. No, she's doing both.
No, that's totally
She's
fair.
working on getting better at art while she's working at Starbucks.
That's what I'm kind of doing. I'm trying to do the video editing thing while I'm working full
Yeah,
time.
building skill.
Exactly. I'm thirsty.
Go get a drink.
I'll be back.
Okay.
Oh,
You mean to leave?
hit the
Did you
wrong
miss the
button.
fun? You missed. Yeah, okay, that's fair.
I don't know. I might get a degree in cinematography. Maybe do some like creative writing stuff.
Wait, sorry, say that again? I only heard the end of that.
Oh, how much lag is there when I come back into the call?
I don't know if you just did you start talking before you hit the button?
Maybe, maybe,
Yeah. Oh,
maybe there's a little bit of lag when you unmute or something.
yeah, it could be like a delay.
Uh, no, I might get like a degree in cinematography because they teach you all those skills.
I mean, it works for
That
what
would
your
also
passion
be
is.
nice to have, just so I could get like an entry level job doing something like that.
Yeah, for sure. So
Or
yeah, if
I
you
might
know what
get
you're going
something
for,
like
go
in
for it.
creative writing. Although there's also biology. I might get like a degree. Get like a degree in animal husbandry, and I just get to watch animals fuck all day.
I'd say focus down. Pick some stuff that you really want. Because if you do too much, then it might make it harder to do those specific. I mean, we've
No,
already
you're
talked
right.
about.
I might just go after a cinematography degree.
Yeah, it's the sad thing about it being in your like mid to early 20s, where it's like when you're still trying to figure out what you want to do. You have a lot of things you, right? So
I
you might
mean, I have a lot of passions I could pursue,
focus.
but like,
Yeah,
I just need one degree to open the door. You know, I can
yeah.
do other things. Because once I
Like you know
get
what
enough
one of the weird
experience, I
passions
could
I
do
have?
whatever I want.
You know one of the weird passions I have that I could probably totally do because of my location?
What?
Industrial farming.
Oh shit, you're right.
I love that kind of agricultural bullshit, and I'd love to learn how to do that. But it would take a ton of work, and I would have to commit to it. I couldn't do anything else. It'd be totally worth it because I could like get a ton of money out of it if I put the time and the work in, right? But just really wouldn't work out because of this other stuff I wanted to do. So I'm gonna have to cut it off. Also, I don't know if it could work because the fields around me are starting to be sold. So I'd have to hustle real fast to be able to buy anything close.
Oh, you mean do your own startup?
Well, I mean, obviously I'd work for people who are already doing it first,
Right.
but like that would be the end goal.
I mean, if the fields around you are being bought up, you just buy them back.
Being bought up and being used for building.
Oh.
Yeah, like being turned into not field. They're
Oh,
already landscaping the one right next to us to not be agricultural.
wow.
Yep,
Yeah, this
which means better
population
internet
thing's
everyone.
like getting crazy. They're putting up apartments everywhere around here. Like it
Well, there
was a
are
couple
already
years
houses for
ago, it
sale.
was like they were building a new building like every day. It's
Yeah,
slowed
it's
down a
freaky.
lot now, but fuck, just a couple years ago, it was going nuts. There's construction everywhere.
Yeah, it's freaky because like I don't remember going into town and like hanging out with friends in their housing development. I'm like, this is cool. And then one actually is like popping up near us, probably not too far from now, or not too long from now, because like they already have like the driveway all built and shit. So probably within the next year, we're gonna have a bunch of like decently close active neighbors. Damn,
Oh wow, they have
which
friends.
Spring Hill might actually become a town, or just an extension of Norwalk, which, if so, I might not be super happy about. But that's forever from now, hopefully.
Yeah, I got 10 years at least.
To be fair, we have a nice small neighborhood. It's like we don't live far from people. There's houses all around. We're just spread out, right?
Yeah, no, because that's fucking Midwest, dude. What it's
Yeah,
like
you
out
can't
there.
even drive a mile with finding someone's house, but it's nice. I like it that way.
Oh, that's fine. There's acquaintance to it.
Well, like I have to be careful because like I'll be loud in my house because well, like the neighbors aren't gonna hear it because they're like
I mean,
200
fuck, I live
away.
in a neighborhood and I'm loud all the time.
Oh, okay, that's fair. But I try to be conscious about that because you're either gonna deal with a complaint or you like your neighbors and you want to be nice to them.
I mean, pretty much anything goes around here as long as you're not lighting off fireworks at night.
Okay, that's fair.
Because we have people
Yeah, I have a
like
problem.
parties, fucking they're loud and shit all night.
No, that's fair. I have a problem with being loud though. I gotta watch it.
You have a loud problem? How long has that been a thing?
Well, it's like my brother. I just get like excited about what I'm talking about, or I get like exuberant, and it's just like boom, I'm just loud. When I'm being loud for a joke, just a thing. Like I'm not like freaking out or anything like that. I do it sometimes, but that's only when I'm really mad. Sadly, I've been really mad as of. I gotta like take up meditation or some shit.
I
Self
know
meditation.
exactly what. Like, I've been firing all cylinders like way too much. I
Yeah,
don't
well, I
know
hate it
why.
when people are like, oh my god, I wish life would just stop being this way. I was like, well, then do something about it. You like do things to make your life easier. Like, yes, you're not gonna like stop life from sucking, but you're gonna make life more, um, is it more tolerable? Probably the way to put it.
Yeah.
But you can always do something. Most of the time, it's not like little things, but still something.
Yeah. Like, oh man, that one corner of the kitchen you always stub your toe on? Put some fucking
Okay,
cardboard on that
no.
shit.
Oh,
Yeah.
your solution.
Yeah,
Probably
that's
better.
that's a bit radical, but that works too. I don't know, put some
I
cardboard
mean,
on there.
you have
Put
to
some
be
fucking baby
pretty.
proofing on there. I don't know. Wear slippers in the house. I don't know. But you won't be stubbing your toe on there anymore, will you?
Oh, it's so funny. We have
Cut
a
off your
card
toe.
table
Perfect.
between one of the couches, right? My brother keeps hitting it, and it's like I put it there so you would take it up to your room, and you keep hitting yourself on it, so it's your responsibility.
Wait, what is it?
It's like a folded card table.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's like one of those ones with the folding legs.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Better than one of the ones with detachable legs. That is such a dumb idea. Those get lost.
Yeah, I don't know, like, who thought that would be a good idea.
You just have them folded and locking legs. That's so much better. Also, can you put a
Absolutely.
lock when they're folded as well? Because like slip out while being carried all the time.
No, seriously.
Oh,
Oh, actually, mine
oh,
locks. I don't know what kind of
Not
jigger
when closed.
jog you got, but like, mine locks.
When closed?
Yeah,
Would fold it up?
yeah.
Damn it. Well, we have an older one, so maybe you have a new one.
Yeah, maybe. It looks like it's from the 1980s though.
Oh, then I have no idea. I have no idea.
Yeah, it's the fake leather with the like the brown on brown.
Oh, that's cool. Oh, wait, I kind of have that. Does it have like
Probably.
the metal sides?
Yeah, metal sides and legs.
Oh, but it's like tan legs in metal.
Nah, they're brown.
Oh, it's like tan.
The fake leather on top's tan color.
They have a similar table. To be fair, they made a ton of those back in the day.
Yeah, I was about to say like once you invent one folding table, every other folding table looks pretty much the same.
Oh yeah.
Unless you get
Said
those
when-
fancy new ones that are like the white and gray, like they look like they're from IKEA or some shit.
I feel like I feel like that's just that goes for the same with anything that's been invented.
Yeah. Yeah, like I don't know what's up with all this new modernisms. Like everything looks so modern. Like the PS5 controller looks like something out of Star Trek.
Oh, and it kind of sucks to hold. I don't know what it is. Doing backwards, forward, like okay.
The analogs are a bit too close together.
Also, it feels kind of far from the side of the controller. I can't do it like I can to PS4, which I'm not gonna say is
Oh, and
a
the sticks
bad.
are a little bit smaller too.
I haven't
Yeah,
noticed
I
that.
feel like they put the analogs too close together. Like if they were just like maybe a couple inches farther, maybe just a little bit farther down.
They're the same distance apart. I just put my DualShock 4 up to it. I'll tell you what though, on the DualShock 5 there or the DualSense, there's way too much extra meat on the side of this controller. Yeah, it does not need to curve like that. It could go straight down like the freaking PS5 4 controller does. Which I think is why backwards fireball motions don't work for me on this, because like I'm trying to like get it to where I usually do on a
They also
DualShock 4.
have something to do with the fact that it slims down the closer the grip you get, whereas the other one is like it's smaller on top and then
Yeah,
it gets
tapers,
fatter on the
yeah.
end, so it fits in the middle of your palm. I don't
Which
know.
is I don't this feels like an art piece, while the other one felt like it made sense.
Yeah, no, like it was the natural evolution of the DualShock.
Yeah, which is why I'll never buy if a PS5 if it is a PS5 fighting game and it has a PS4 version, well guess what? I'm buying the PS4. I need to be able to use my DualShock. Like it really does make a difference for fighting game. Well, once I get a fight stick, that won't be an
I
issue. But
mean, I be honest with you, like the difference for me is pretty marginal. I don't know. I don't know if
you
it's
don't
my
play fighting games
hands.
as much for me
No, that's
as
true because you are
gaming.
mostly talking about fighting games.
Yeah,
I do a lot of third-person
other games
action,
it doesn't bother me
so
all
it
that
doesn't.
much.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter, does it?
Born's
But
fine. Fucking DMC's fine. Spider-Man's fine. I don't want to play a game that feels bad on it. Demon Souls feels great.
it does. No, it feels really good. Like, no, I really like that they
All because
modernized
Demon
the
Souls
control
is
scheme a
slow.
little bit more. Like you still you don't have like the amount of controls you have in like Dark Souls 3, but like
Yeah,
it's really nice
well,
to not like feel like you're skating around sometimes.
I think it's because the game is slower is that it feels good on DualSense. You're not doing any weird fast motions. So, and the controller just doesn't feel good for fast motions at all. Like the buttons feel kind of weird. Like how the controller curves feels kind of odd. You know what it kind of, you know what it's like?
What?
Actually, this is a weird, okay, you know how if a handle is too rounded on a sword, it doesn't allow you to index things correctly? You can't really index where your blade's facing as well.
Oh, you mean edge alignment?
Yeah,
Okay.
but indexing is you finding where your edge is, basically.
Is that what that is?
Because if your handle from a top-down perspective is like an open, you can feel the flat sides and then like point it directly toward your knuckle. So that way you're slashing better and you know where your blade is.
Right, and you don't want it to slip either. You won't have
Yeah.
proper edge alignment.
Yeah, which also makes it bad for edge alignment because it can slip in your grip if it's too round.
Yeah.
But it's kind of a similar thing with controllers. Like if the controller doesn't feel right and like help you use it can be kind of uncomfortable. Even when the controller's not objectively terrible like the DualSense, right? But it just doesn't feel as good. It's not a terrible controller, it's just not as well rounded as the PS4 controller. I think that's why. Because it's like it's not bad. It's a really good controller.
Oh, it is. It is.
But
Like,
it feels
I mean, honestly, I
like
can't really say anything bad about it. Like, other than the battery life not being great. Well, it's not
it's just
like super bad. Well, on the I'm not gonna say third party ones, but the other ones I have, like battery life's fantastic. It's pretty good. Like, it's pretty solid.
Well, you know what makes me the most angry about it?
What?
PS1 to PS3, they did the same thing because it worked. And then when it started not working as well, they just made it better. Why didn't they just do the same thing as they did with those? You had a perfectly good controller design. You could have just added all the adaptive shit and like HD Rumble into a PS4 similar controller. I don't get the need to reinvent the wheel.
I don't think they did too much.
Shape-wise, they definitely tried a little.
Yeah, they got a little funky with it. Like, I don't know.
The shape
Maybe
did
it's
not. Also, what is this
honestly,
weird shell thing
I
with
think
the
it's
sharp
because
edges?
I think that has something to do with the new Rumble feature they have. I feel like that's why it's shaped the way it is for your hands to actually be able to feel the vibrations better.
Yeah, well, that sucks since
That's
most games
probably
don't
why
use
the
it well.
back is like super elongated and flat, so like it'll the vibrations will resonate in there.
I'm gonna
So I
be
think
real.
it's
That's
like
a
a
pretty
big echo
terrible.
chamber in there. But I think it's honestly empty, to be honest with you.
They really are just like the Joy Cons then, because it's like there really isn't a lot going on other than gimmicks that you use only like 20% of the time.
Right? Like I really wish they'd commit to the touchpad. Like I really wish
It,
they would.
dude,
Just
it's
like
really good when it's
fucking commit.
good.
Like well, seriously, on the PlayStation TV. You know what my favorite part about using a PS4 controller on the PlayStation TV?
Touchpad.
The touchpad actually works, and it works with every game,
Hey,
and
let
it's
me
just
guess. It's
like
basically your touchscreen thing.
yes, and it's
PlayStation
so
is right. I
cool.
mean, yeah, that's
Yeah.
fair. Yeah, it's cool.
No, I love it. It's not just like, oh, touch it to do a thing. No, it's like it like you slide your hand around it and you can like use it to like type and stuff, and it's just like, oh, it's so cool. Or you could grab stuff with it, and move it around, or I could like select quests with it. Like, imagine Monster in the World if like it had that integration where you could just use like, because in PC like you can just move like that little scout fly cursor around wherever you want. Imagine if you could do that
Oh,
with the DualShock. Like that would be so cool.
that would be sick. Well, I mean, you don't know. Monster 6 could have some implementation.
I can only hope, baby.
But no, I think I just really feel like they didn't have to do as much as they did, especially because well, some gimmicks could work really well.
Right?
Adaptive triggers are literally throwaway gimmicks because of how they just nobody really wants to use them because it's kind of annoying. But
Yeah, no.
imagine,
Like I prefer having the like I don't mind the locking triggers. It's actually a really good sensation, but like I always have it set to low. If I have it set to high, I'm just like, oh no, what's wrong with my controller?
well, you know what I'm mad about? That the only racing game that's like gonna have that shit is Gran Turismo. That game is not fun compared to some of the other arcade racers and shit that's been coming out.
No, and that's
Like
super true.
Forza Horizon is like the best arcade racer that came out in recent years because it's an arcade. Did I say shooter? Arcade racer. Just, but I want to try it because I think adaptive driving sounds amazing.
Dirty driver.
Fe- Feeling where you are on the gas pedal would probably be kind of nice.
I mean, look, eventually we're all just gonna have chips on our head, and that's how we're gonna play games. So, you know, one step at a time.
I always thought about that, and I'm like, I don't think I would enjoy that as
No,
much.
well, I doubt.
Tactile feedback is.
I was gonna
fucking
say I doubt it'd be anything as invasive. It'll probably just be like a thing we put on our head or some shit. Like I doubt they'd have
I'm
anything
not
that
gonna lie.
invasive.
I would never use it because I like the tactile feedback so much.
Lol.
It'd be cool for like 20 minutes, and then I'd be like, all right, well, let me pressing buttons.
I miss press button. You'd probably just bring up like, oh, just bring up the optical overlay. It's like, whoa, it feels like I'm holding the controller. This is so cool.
No, I probably wouldn't. I really prefer having something in my hands and act with.
Yep, Ben, 2021. I really prefer having something in my hands.
I should have spoken more specific. I knew you were gonna say some shit like that.
Oh,
Oh.
man.
No, it's I'm excited for a fight stick.
I think I'm
Sounds
gonna
really
do some more
satisfying.
soul sacrifice. It's calling to me. My wizardry
Fair.
calls to
That's
me.
fair.
Oh shit, I'm still recording. You have anything you want to say at the end of the recording?
Yo.
No?